Name?
Aaron Schumer, Your Honor.
Your charge of failure to provide proof of completing 120 hours of community service by August 1. That is the charge. This is the moving violation causing death. If you plead guilty, you could be given 5 days in jail as a result of this. Do you understand that?
Yes,
And did you sign an advice of rights today?
yes,
Did you read it?
yes,
Understand it?
yes.
If you're guilty, you will be giving up all those rights and there will not be a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You have the right to a lawyer. Be happy to provide you with one at public expense if you want one. Would you like a lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Not guilty plea. We'll set you up with a lawyer. Either way, you'll come back in front of me, okay?
Thank you.
Welcome.
Oh, that's it.
Yes, sir, and we'll set you up. And we'll talk to the probation officer or whatnot. People again. Reimer Freight Lines, 25T646125. Mr. Lipchick, what do you do for a living?
I can start my own business. I currently got through all property managers.
You're looking good. The reason I asked, you show up with some respect. You got a tie in. Nice to see. Good to see.
I appreciate that.
You're going to plead to impeding, right?
Yes, sir.
Responsible or not responsible to that?
Responsible.
All right, please accept it. Original charge dismissed to speeding. 160 is your total. Can you pay that?
Yes, sir.
You're all set. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mansur Hamid M. Rajay El Namr, 25R514256. Your name, sir? Listen, you got to be careful. You can't operate a vehicle in text, okay? You're going to plead to impeding, right?
Yeah.
Responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
Please don't do that. 195, original charge dismissed. You're all set. Good luck. Thank you. Mr. Granati, we ready on Godfrey? People against Richard J. Godfrey. 25 F244515. Good morning, Mr. Granata. How are you?
Peter Bernardo, P7843 with, my name is.
Straight to the point.
How you doing, Mr. Godfrey? Your name?
Richard Godfrey.
All right, so your client pled guilty to disorderly public intox.
Yes, Your Honor.
The plea was to be taken under section 771.1 for 6 months. Have you had a chance to review the report with him?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Godfrey and I reviewed the pre-sentence report, and there are a few things that we would ask the court to consider. First, Mr. Godfrey has already joined up or started participating in AA. He will be attending weekly meetings, from here on out. He has been, he is abstaining from alcohol since our initial hearing about a month ago. And he is on his way to sobriety. He's also consulted with he's gone on the internet and found some resources there to help him with his journey to sobriety. And I believe that he's well on his way there. We would ask the court to, in consideration of the fact that Mr. Godfrey has no past criminal history other than a OWI back in 2018, that the court will, and because of his indigency, he's not currently working. He's retired. He's on a fixed Social Security. That Social Security benefit has been reduced recently by a couple $100 a month. And we would ask the court to, at all consideration, to either waive or reduce the amount of fines and costs as a result of today's sentencing. But we would ask the court also to not follow the recommendation as far as community service. We believe that it's just not necessary as far as punishment. for the infraction. And we would also ask the court to consider not following the recommendation as far as an intensive outpatient drug treatment program.
Is there anything you would like to say, sir?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I'm sorry. Is there anything you would like to say?
I'll follow up with the AA. Like I was running 3 times a week. I also found a website that has been very helpful.
How do I know you haven't been drinking?
Pardon?
How do I know that you haven't been drinking?
I have not had a drink since I've been here.
Okay, but how do I know that? Because I mean, I never had you test.
I swear to God. I've been going through withdrawals. I've had nausea, vomiting. Tremors are gone. I can barely walk. It's getting better. That website I found that said that my legs will get better again. Okay, diarrhea.
Yeah, we don't need to get that specific. What?
I'm sorry to bring all that up,
Well,
but
that's fine. When are you eligible for Medicare? When do you turn 65?
October 1st.
You signed up for Medicare?
Yes, I have Medicaid right now, which I just
Okay.
a couple of months ago.
How about if he does outpatient treatment? I can live with that in AA twice a week. Any real strong objection to that? Look, I just don't want you to die. You didn't hurt anybody. You fell over. You're drinking too much. That's the only thing. I can cut down the testing for you. They recommend twice weekly, I believe. Yeah, weekly testing. I think that'll make you go broke, to be honest with you. I'm not going to do that, but I want to make sure you're not drinking.
I have not been, and I don't plan. This has been a wake up call.
Well, that's good. I mean, it really.
Couple months ago, I went 40 days without a drink, and then, of course, I started drinking again.
Well,
When I
don't.
fell down and then got the citation, I couldn't get back up. If I lay down on the floor here, I couldn't get back up. My knees were shot.
6 months probation. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court. You cannot violate any law or ordinance. You could change your address, place of employment, or home telephone number. You must notify probation. You have to report as directed. No alcohol, no marijuana, no
I
illegal,
had not did drugs in 4 years.
no alcohol, no illegal drugs, no marijuana, no kratom, no poppy seeds, no CBD oils. So kratom, poppy seeds, and CBD oils are prohibited. Consuming food or other items with those substances will be deemed a violation. I want to have you submit to chemical testing, PBTs and ETGs bi-weekly for 2 months. If you're clean, I'll make it monthly. Okay?
Thank you, Judge.
So I'm not going to make you do this weekly. I don't want you to go broke. That doesn't mean you have a license to drink. You can't drink. 2 times I want you going to AA per each week, plus outpatient substance abuse treatment.
Where
Okay,
would that be at?
they're gonna explain to you. Probation will set you
Okay.
up. I'm gonna order
I
one.
want AA 3 times a week.
I want you. AA is great. It's a support, but you still need. Listen to me, sir. Sir, AA is great. It's a support group, though. It's not treatment. I'm not going to order intensive outpatient, which would be 3-4 times a week. I'm going to order outpatient, which would be once a week. You do that. 1 day community service. I'm going to order you to complete that by October the 31. I'll go light on the fines for you. 50 fines, 50 costs, 75 victims' rights fee, $50 justice assessment. 2 1/4 probation fees are 120 for a total of 345 plus the screening fee. So your total here is 405. 405. You may be eligible for early discharge. Okay?
Yep.
So if you do everything in 3 months, I don't know that you can get through outpatient, but if you get in there right now, you can. You can apply for early discharge and I'll grant it as long as there's been no violation. Okay?
Do outpatient for 3 months.
You're going to do outpatient as long as the treatment specialist thinks you should be an outpatient.
Okay.
This is intended to help you. We're not, this is not a penalty. Outpatient's not a penalty. AA is not a penalty. Do you have proof that you've been going to AA? Have you had a AA form signed every time?
No, he hasn't actually attended his first meeting. He's basically
Not
found.
even
a place
you
where he-
attended. I told you on August 7th to go 3 times a week. Maybe I misunderstood. Why aren't you going?
I've been barely able to walk. I have 3 places, 2 in Rockwood,
John,
1 in.
give him another AA form. Listen to me. If you don't go to AA, you're gonna force me to do something that I don't want to do.
I'm going.
Did you hear what I said? You've ignored that order for a month. Sir,
Yes, sir.
did you hear what I said?
No.
You've ignored my order for a month. You can't ignore court orders or bad things happen.
I'm sorry.
Can you pay any of this today?
Yes, Your Honor, all of it.
So he's got some money.
Right.
Okay, you pay that today, you'll meet with probation. Start going AA. Every time you go, you have to have the form signed. Every time you come and meet with probation, you have to bring that with you. If you don't have it, or the dog eats it, or it flies out the window, I'm gonna assume you did not go. Do we understand one another? All right. You gotta get your life in order here, okay? I just don't want anything to happen to you. Do what I'm telling you to do, and I think we can minimize it. Good luck.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. People against.
Do you want a
Dylan
review date?
Bemus. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. I'm sorry. I need a review hearing date on this. My apologies.
December, you believe December?
We're gonna give me a date and, what do you think, Lisa?
February 26th at 9 o'clock.
If he gets done before then, I'm not gonna have any problem with him meeting or talking to the prosecutor about, the dismissal early.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you very much. Dylan Bemus. People against Dylan Ray Bemus, 25R 514-250. Morning, Mr. Hall.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, let's talk about that. Judge Pope's docket in this session balanced light traffic matters with one heavy sentencing that showed both compassion and firmness. The standout was Richard J. Godfrey, sentenced after pleading guilty to disorderly conduct. Y stressed he'd already started attending AA, was exploring online sobriety resources, and had been abstinent for about a month. Godfrey himself described his withdrawal symptoms in vivid detail: tremors, nausea, even trouble walking, and apologized for not getting into AA meetings sooner. The judge wasn't unsympathetic, but he wasn't willing to gloss over missed orders either. "You've ignored my order for a month," Pope reminded him, making it clear that court directives aren't optional. Still, rather than hammer him with intensive outpatient treatment, Pope opted for a structured but manageable plan. 6 months probation, outpatient treatment once a week, AA 3 times a week with documented attendance, biweekly testing, tapering to monthly if clean, and 1 day of community service. Fines and fees came to about $405, light by courtroom standards, but with a clear warning that further slip-ups would trigger harsher measures. The judge even put it plainly, "I just don't want you to die." That's as direct and human as it gets. The atmosphere shifted after that. Dylan Bemus was arraigned on an OWI with a blood alcohol reading of 0.128.131. His attorney been sober since the incident and had no prior record. Pope, keeping things orderly, entered a not guilty plea, imposed a personal bond with strict conditions: no alcohol, no marijuana, no leaving the state without consent, and set the pretrial. It was firm but procedural, giving Bemus a path to defend himself while setting clear boundaries. Trisha Thompson's case brought a quick positive turn. With no new arrests or CT, she earned early discharge from probation. Pope congratulated her and dismissed the case outright. These quick wins help balance the docket, reminding everyone that compliance really does bring closure. Matthew Johnson and Sean Carpenter both faced routine traffic charges. Johnson pled responsible to expire no insurance, prompting Pope's blunt warning that driving uninsured can follow a person till you're an old man. Carpenter pled responsible to a 5-over speeding ticket with an expired license dismissed. Both got fines, payment instructions, and firm reminders to get their paperwork in order. Christopher Lesno, meanwhile, pled guilty to his 3rd technical violation for missing a test. His excuse was that he left his phone in his GR and couldn't call in. He insisted he tested the next day, but Pope was skeptical. Why didn't you just use her phone? The probation officer also noted a pattern of weird situations, and the judge ultimately imposed fines, 1 day of court work, and a clear warning that credibility only goes so far. The overall tone of the session shifted case by case. Pope was stern and personal with Godfrey, procedural with Bemus, congratulatory with Thompson, and skeptical with Lesno. What tied it all together was consistency. He expects compliance, he cuts through excuses, and he balances accountability with compassion when defendants show genuine effort. Time to break this one down. Judge Pope showed patience, practicality, and a willingness to adapt conditions to each defendant, whether it was tightening supervision for someone struggling with sobriety or congratulating a defendant who stayed on track. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and letting me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one.